What's up, YouTube? It's the Country CEO back in the house again, man. Look, whoo, more game, add more game. That's right. Look, man, welcome back to the channel. We are going through. We've been in this thing about 2 weeks now at the time of this video. Going through the book, the different chapters of the book, giving some explanations and insight into some of the things that have been said in the book and relative to some questions and inboxes that I received as well. All right, so we're continuing on. I'm on chapter 4 now in the book, and so that's about halfway. So I'm looking to just explain some things and be a little bit more specific on some things relative to what I wrote. Chapter 4 talked about budgeting for success, right? And so in that particular session, I sought to convey how it's important to come into the business with the right amount of cash, right? So let's start right there. When you're developing a budget to start the business, then you need to know what kind of money you need to have, right? I made mention in one of the earlier videos about an amount of money that I thought was sufficient for you to start, right? All right, and so in thinking about that, you need to be thinking about, I said 25, anywhere between 25 and 40,000. That will depend on, how much the down payment is, right? And I know that most of the financing places now, especially if you are a first timer, are wanting 20% down, right? All right, so let's just use numbers with that. And let's just say if the truck is $100,000, then 20% is going to be $20,000. And if that's the case, then, you need at least 10 to start. Then you would need about 30 grand, right? So that's why I say anywhere between 25 to 40. I think the important thing to understand and to be able to calculate, it all depends on how much you're spending on the truck and what the down payment is going to be. All right. Your next highest expense, obviously, is the insurance, right? Your down payment on your insurance. If you go with Progressive, you don't have the big down payment. They'll spread it out over 12 months, right? So budgeting for success to even start the business, right? But then what I've discovered is that you have to budget to run the business from a week in, week out basis. You have to know how to manage your money. One of the things I've seen some folks do that just not wise is to live out of the account. What do you mean, Country CEO? In other words, they have an account and they basically pay their house bills out of that same account. Don't pay themselves, but just pay the house bills or just grab what they want or need. Take care of the truck stuff. All this stuff has come out of one account. No, you need to separate you and the business. Put yourself on a salary. That's what I did that worked for me back then 20-something years ago. I looked at what I needed to pay my bills. I was willing to make the sacrifice. Ding, ding, ding. You got to be willing to make a sacrifice until your account capital builds up, get to rolling, and you start to accumulate capital, right? In the meantime, you need to sacrifice, right? And so I literally would just pay my bills and keep $100 in my pocket. That $100 would last me from Monday to Friday. I literally did that at least the first 6 months. All right. And that allowed the business to what I call breathe, to be able to stack up and grow. Right. All right. And so that's what I call budgeting for success. That worked for me. So what did I do? I just added up what was my bills, or what were my responsibilities. I was married. So what was my responsibility on my bills that I needed to pay? Divided that by 4. That's what I gave myself every week, plus an extra $100 to put in my pocket, right? And that's how I did it. All right. And so budgeting for success. All right. And then finally, the thing that this business has taught me is to budget and put up money, because it's just a matter of time before you're going to spend some money back in that truck. All right. If you're balling and shot calling and spending money unnecessarily at the wrong time, things of that nature, when that truck calls for something to be fixed and you ain't got it, then you're in trouble. Did you get that? Right? So you want to make sure you're budgeting for success, putting money up for maintenance. I think I shared with you in the past. I'm finna increase that now, but I was putting $250 per truck per week going back for the maintenance of that particular truck. I'm getting ready to do more now. All right, but you got to start somewhere. I don't care if it's $125. Put something up for maintenance on your truck. That's budgeting for success. Okay? All right. Small chapter. One video for this chapter. I think y'all got it. You gotta put money up. You got a lot of business to be able to breathe. Do not allow your spending to get out of control. So when something happens, you be in a bad situation. Okay? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's move on to chapter 5. See you in the next one.